Sonic fans are so insular and inculcated because they're young and they haven't experienced a lot, which is why I encourage them to play other games. And I mean that genuinely, play other video games, not just Sonic games. Because we've gotten to this point where everything in the past is now forgivable. So we look back at the past and we're saying, you know what? There were some good things about it. Here's what we can take from it. And it's like, why? We don't need to go back and excuse that. That was a bad video game. We just move on from it. If you want to listen to the soundtrack, that's fine. If you like the story and the art, that's fine. All I'm saying is like, that doesn't excuse the bad video game underneath everything. That's the foundation. In my opinion, gameplay comes before everything else. And everything else just helps the gameplay. I don't want Sonic to be a David Cage video game. You know, David Cage, Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, right? These like on-rail cinematic experiences. I don't want Sonic to become that. I want Sonic to remain primarily a 3D platformer or a 2D platformer. But when we move away from talking about and criticizing the gameplay into praising the soundtrack, the voice acting, the story, that's what you get. You get games like Sonic Forces. Well, at least, it's not as bad as, at least. If you just criticize the gameplay and say, I don't care about anything else, the first thing I care about is what I'm actually doing with my time. Not what I'm listening to, not the characters I'm falling in love with or falling for or like getting emotionally invested into because I'm literally, because I'm 14 and I want to fall in love with some stupid hedgehog avatar. Instead, it's like, what am I actually doing? I play games to have fun. Sonic games have not been fun for a long time. They just haven't been. The last time I had fun in a 3D Sonic game was probably Sonic Heroes.